guys, I got a funny one for you. I made it to the hostel, and I met these Bulgarian dudes, and I'm like, yo, what's the best place to get food around here, right? I'm trying to land in Jordan, get some food instantly. And they're like, oh, well, there's this great place right around the corner, but it's kind of like Russian roulette, because everything's in Arabic here, so you can't really read the menu, and there's no pictures. You just kind of point at something, and it's probably going to be delicious, but you have no clue what you're getting. So I was like, all right, bet. So I go there, you know, point and grunt, pick something, and I sit down. 10 minutes later, one of the dudes from behind the counter comes up, and he's like, Assalamu alaikum. And I'm like, Alaikum salam, like, what's up? And they've been calling my order for 10 minutes. You tell me how I'm supposed to know that. Like, even if I knew what I ordered, how am I going to know how it's pronounced in Arabic? You saw me caveman point and grunt and, like, bow my head a little bit. Like, of course you're going to have to come and get me, dude. I don't know what you... The place is full of people. I mean, it's delicious. It's cheap food, but... yeah, this could be interesting. Rotten luck in Jordan so far, man. Apparently there's a strike in the south over the increase in gas prices, and so I've been recommended not to rent a car, which is what I was going to do. I've never rented a car on a trip like this before, but having trouble finding people to take the trip with me, and Jordan's a lot cheaper with a group because you got to get, you know, Jeeps in some places and group tours, so renting a car is off the table because apparently there's civil unrest in the area, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Get someone to drive us down there that actually knows where to go and where not to, because knowing me, man, I'd rent this car and end up in a riot. Which doesn't sound all bad, but I'm good for right now. So I woke up too late to catch the bus or rent a car, so just decided I would get lost. And I did, boy am I lost, but the elevation change in this city is what's killing me. Out of shape, man. Yeah, I ended up in some random market. People are selling chickens and swords and whatnot. And made a couple friends, but it's time to find something to eat. Interesting. This is the first city I've been to where the prayer songs for the 5 pillars are like synchronized. It's like they have a loudspeaker that's set up citywide, and you can hear the exact same song coming through from like echoing from different parts of the city. I've never seen that before. Usually it's like a bunch of individual mosques like at the same time, but they're like, you know, doing their own thing. I can't get a bus because they're all shut down, and people are saying that even if you rent a car, you'll be stuck for like the whole day on the highway because they've just shut down the roads. Bus drivers quit, taxi drivers quit, take a car, can't make it there. I might not even make it to Petra and Wadi Rum, man. I've just been killing time in Amman waiting for this to get, like, to end, but it's getting worse, so I might just bail and go to Israel. Might have to. What's with all these armored trucks driving around?
Wallahi, which trucks?
There's like, it seems like there's a lot of cops out.
Yes, you know, we just passed the Prime Ministry.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know, the Prime Minister lives there, and everybody is angry from him now.
Oh yeah, because of the gas. It's a good thing he's
very expensive, you know. The people,
so the protests are happening in the north too?
Well, everywhere in Jordan.
Everywhere.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work.
Okay, so that's why you want to go to King Hussein.
Yes.
They block the roads or what?
No, that's safe, no problem, don't worry.
I only came to understand how bad the strikes were when I tried to escape Jordan and had trouble. I mean, there's 3 border crossings into Israel, and my driver wouldn't go to the top or the bottom one because he said it wasn't safe, like we wouldn't make it there. Not like we'd die, like we wouldn't make it. And so he would only go to the central one. I don't know, apparently it's just like not a good time to be in Jordan. So I'm really lucky I met this driver. He took me on a clear route from Amman to the western border for a super reasonable rate. I got to see some gorgeous views of the countryside. I get to the border and you're not allowed to walk across, you have to take the bus. bus. The bus driver said it was 7 Jordanian dinar, and you pay for a large luggage, but a small bag is free. And then someone came on and tried to shake us down for the small bags too, so I just lied and I was like, okay, I don't have a bag, because people were saying, they were complaining because the fees had changed. They said last time they didn't have to pay. So people started getting like philosophical, like in debates about what constitutes a bag, like what is a bag, you know what I mean? And this guy's like, okay, anything that contains objects is a bag. And I was like, okay, but I've got a water bottle, you know, I don't want to pay. I'm just sitting here like, bro, I'm not paying you a thing. My stuff is in a cartridge, it's in a satchel, it's in a sack, it is not a bag. Y'all are not the Jordanian authorities, you're just some dudes with a bus. Like, you're not gonna shake me down like that. So, anyway, exiting Jordan was pretty chill. What was not chill was entering Israel. I got yelled at for recording, and I mean, one consequence of traveling solo to like faraway places is you develop like a high tolerance for being yelled at in a foreign language by an angry guy with an assault weapon. But it happened a lot. They were asking me all these like really intense questions. Like, it was kind of like going through the TSA, but it was even rougher because they're like, what's your dad's name? What's your mom's name? Why are you in Israel? Do you know anybody in Israel? Where are you staying? I got out of this ridiculous Israel entry point finally, and then caught a bus from there to the nearest town, which was Jericho, right? So I can catch a bus. But Jericho is Palestine, not Israel, so we had to do the whole thing again. I land there and I immediately go through the whole thing again. I got through I exited Jordan, I entered the Israeli border, then I get to Jericho, which is Palestine, so they take me through the whole thing again. It's like 3 solid hours of travel and security. So the Palestinian checkpoint wasn't too bad. I get through that, and the people are really nice. Like, all the Palestinians that I met are super helpful, but they're telling me there's some trouble. My original plan was to go into Israel, land in Jericho, and then take a bus. My plan is to hop on this bus, right? I'm on Google Maps and I'm on Move It, and they're both telling me this bus that goes through most of Israel. It curves and it goes north, and I can take it. I'm in Palestine. They're like, yeah, the trouble is you can't get on that bus because it's for Israelis. Yes, it comes from Jerusalem, and it passes around Jericho, but it doesn't enter Jericho, it goes around it. Big difference. And the road that goes through Palestine is like owned by Israel, and they won't let people get on the bus at those stops. And so I don't know why it says it stops there. Like, you can get off if you're Israeli, but you can't get on the bus. That's the thing about an apartheid state, man. Everything's complicated. It can't be simple. Like, I am trying to go northeast, right? But to go northeast, I have to go west. So I have to go from Jericho west to Ramallah, get a bus from Ramallah that goes specifically through to Jerusalem so I can enter the Israeli side, and then take a bus right back to where I came from so I can pass by it and wave at everybody, and then go northeast. So I have a driver take me to Ramallah, about an hour away. They have a bus that goes to Jerusalem. Now, the ride from Ramallah into Jerusalem was probably the craziest part because it really set in how serious this whole thing is. We probably stopped at 4 or 5 separate checkpoints on the way into Jerusalem, where armored guards would board the bus and check everyone's papers. We were going along roads at one point that were sandwiched in between these massive walls that separate the two sides, Israel and Palestine, and I didn't do any research on Israel because I didn't plan to come here, so the whole thing was just really trippy. I just wanted to catalog how crazy that trip was so that maybe the next person doesn't have to go in blind like I did. And after all that, I'm safely in Israel, ready to make the best of the situation and do some exploring, so that'll be the next video. See you soon, and thanks for watching.